A lot of things going on, and Toni Miles is here joining me. I'm going to pass the baton, and Toni, tell us a little bit more.
Well, first, hand me your wallet, please, Joe, because as you can see over my shoulder, there are a lot of really wonderful gifts, silent auction that you can bid on. All you have to do is come on out, $60 a person, $100 for a couple, and that includes 2 free drink tickets. Is it quitting time yet? I'm just kidding. But this is really just the appetizer to a bigger event that's nationwide, which will be localized here in Biloxi at the Town Green, coming up on Saturday, November 14th. I'm in West Biloxi right now, just north of Highway 90, and as you can see over my shoulder, the waves are crashing in. What you're looking at is an 8 flags display, which divides Biloxi and Gulfport. Both cities are getting pounded by these waves. The surge is coming in. Highway 90 is flooded in both the east and the westbound lanes. As you can see, the winds are pretty fierce right here. And just to show you how dangerous this storm can be and how strong the winds are, look over here over my shoulder. As my photographer Tommy and I came out here to get video, we pulled up here and this tree fell. This is just to give you an illustration of how strong the winds are. The rain is still coming down in sheets, and as you can see, the waves are just crashing up here at the seawall. No telling when it will stop coming in like this, but one thing's for sure, at this point, the water is on the rise, and this storm is far from being over.
40 and Friends Toni Miles is out at the scene, and she's joining us this morning. Toni, what's the scene look like out there this morning?
Well, as you can see over my shoulder right now, it's pretty quiet out here, but it was a much different story yesterday afternoon after an attempted carjacking. We're told that a 61-year-old man, Harry Williams, was trying to fuel up here when he was approached by 3 teenagers. Those teenagers tried to carjack him. They were unsuccessful, but they did manage to shoot the man in the upper chest. Now, we're told that Harry Williams is at UMC this morning where he's in stable condition. Meanwhile, the hunt is on for those 3 teenagers. Police told me this morning that there were a lot of witnesses around, so they have a pretty good idea who these 3 teenage suspects are. Meanwhile, I did talk to the store owner's father as he was opening up the store. He tells me this isn't the first crime that's happened here. In fact, over the past year, I'm told that there have been at least 5 shootings, a number of carjackings and purse snatchings here. He says that he and his family are scared to even go to work, and they're hoping for more police patrols. Laura, back to you. Red eyes soon disappear beneath the murky waters of Claiborne County's Bayou Pierre, the site of many of the state's record-breaking gator catches. Conservation officer Gregory Washington Jr. believes high waters from the flood make this area a prime hunting spot.
Patrolling the port here, you'll typically see big gators coming across here, 10-foot, 11-foot gators just all out in this open here.
Last Sunday, a Vicksburg woman and her team caught this nearly 14-foot-long gator, weighing in at 686 pounds, beating out the previous state record by only 1/8 of an inch. The Barnes family just missed it.
Yep, we couldn't believe it. We were in here, so we must have drove right past him, I guess.
But the Barnes decided to give it another run this past weekend, and they got a bite, a big one.
When we snagged him, our reel broke, so there's no anti-reverse on the reel, so we're having to hold the reel, keep it from turning.
The Barnes decided to let him go.
We got a 12-2 last year, so I guess our hopes are kind of high, but we might should have kept the 10, but we let him go.
Not everyone is such a good sport, as evidenced by the remains of this gator.
Big boy.
Left to rot after someone shot and killed it illegally, just for the thrill of it. And it doesn't end here. Conservation officers will continue to keep a watchful eye out for poachers who break the laws of men and nature. As for the Barnes, gator hunting has become a family tradition.
1, 2, 3. There we go.
Job well done.
In Claiborne County, Toni Miles, News 25.
Okay, so Toni, we hear that a bat attacked you while you were on that alligator shoot this weekend. What happened?
Well, I managed to catch that second round when the bat attacked me for a second time. Take a look at it.
Nobody's gonna believe this. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, that bat hit me. You saw it hit me. Did you? Oh my gosh.
Is it dead?
That thing hit me. Dad, no!
Toni, calm down.
I don't like bats.
Okay, baby, gotcha.
Okay.
I would have died. I would have jumped in the water.
I thought I was going to.
Most pilots do everything they can to avoid a storm.
It'll be long, look at that.
But Keesler Air Force Base's 53rd Weather Reconnaissance Squadron, better known as the Hurricane Hunters, flew straight into the eye of Hurricane Michael several times Tuesday. This was just after the first pass.
And all of that information kind of gets funneled into my system here. And I give it a check, make sure it looks valid before I send it down to the folks at the National Hurricane Center in Miami. And they take all that information and they put it in their models and use it to fine-tune their forecast to make sure that the proper people are warned and planned and the evacuations, if necessary, can take place.
It's a job Captain Michael Panasuk doesn't take lightly. Up here at the controls, he knows he and the crew are protecting those down below, including his family in Ocean Springs, Mississippi.
It's an honor to be up here doing that and collecting that kind of data. You know, it not only goes out to people we don't know on the coast in, you know, Florida and Georgia and Alabama, but it also goes, you know, it's going to be helpful for my family and my wife back home for, you know, evacuation purposes and whatnot.
We were firmly seated in the cockpit with a bird's eye view during this pass just after 8 a.m. Tuesday morning, as our C-130J cruised at 10,000 feet, traveling through the hurricane at this point at a ground speed of 214 miles an hour, with the eye wall in sight.
I'm back over to 200 for you.
And the information collected on Tuesday's flight will be relayed to the National Hurricane Center in Miami to better pinpoint Michael's intensity and track.
And every storm is different. It all has its unique characteristics. So this storm, like a lot, the strongest and worst weather is in the northeast quadrant. But you just never know what you're going to expect until you actually get into that storm. So this storm's just been extra bumpy, so to speak, in the northeast quadrant.
As our crew landed Tuesday afternoon, another prepared for takeoff and more recon.
So we're not dropping. Correct.
Reporting with the Hurricane Hunters, in Biloxi, Toni Miles. Welcome to Action 10 News Daybreak. I'm Toni Miles. Let's check in with Emily Borchard for a look at our Thursday forecast. Take it away, Emily. Good. Thanks, Emily. Cell phone records may help local police figure out who was really driving the truck that hit a bicyclist last year. It was in July of 2009 when Barb Sable was struck while riding her bike along Ocean Drive. The driver who hit her took off, and it was just this January that investigators located the truck. Since then, they've been trying to figure out who was driving it. Enrique Baca, the man who owns the truck, says his recently deceased father was driving. Police, however, aren't sure that's the case. Cell phone records show the father's cell phone may have been in Laredo when the hit and run happened.
I'm gonna hop on the bull real quick and I'm gonna send it back to you in the studio, live in downtown Gulfport. Shelby Myers, News 25.
Well, why is she hopping on the bull right now? We wanted to see that live, but she is wearing a dress.
Okay, so have you actually written it? That would not stop you, Toni. If you were gonna,
I was going to ask you, would you mount up and ride the bull?
I think I would do it. I would do that. I still have a little bit of an adventure left in me.
How long could you hang on? Could you make the 8 seconds?
I have no idea. What about you? Would you do it?
I've done it
before.
before.
Oh, please, easily.
Can you go into 2018 fit for the fight? Well, News 25's Toni Miles joins us live from Anytime Fitness in D'Iberville with her battle plan.
Diet and exercise, that is a key to maintaining a healthy lifestyle, and I have to tell you, I'm trying to keep my balance on here.
So, Toni, you want to blow this joint and head out to the circus?
Let's do it. I'm ready to go. Let me take off my microphone.
I understand that right now the Cole Brothers Circus is in town right now.
And we're so jealous because News 25, Shelby Graham is out there having all the fun under the big top. Rub it in, Shelby, rub it in. Oh, no, Studio, back to you.
Thank you.